hair, and this is how you would apply if you're doing a tint or a semi or a quasi. I'm going to do a regrowth tint first and then take it to the ends. Okay, so obviously you choose your chosen colour, mix it up, and what you do is you paint all the way around the hairline, being very careful not to get it too much on the scalp. Obviously you might need to do a little bit for the scalp depending on clients' hairlines and so forth. And obviously when you're doing the roots, you'll be able to see quite clearly, because there'll be a regrowth, whether it's a grey regrowth or we've chosen colours grown out and the natural colours come through. Then you'll see how much you need to actually paint on. Be careful not to overlap, especially if you're just doing a regrowth, because overlapping colour will make the hair more and more dry, which is something else you want to avoid doing. You do it all around the hairline. And if the hair is particularly stubborn, then you start at the front, and then if it's not, you can start wherever around the hairline. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you get it on the hair. Again, when you do this when applying, you should be wearing an apron and wearing gloves. Okay, now you're going to go down the middle of the head and again paint on the roots all the way down the middle of the head from the front to the back. Again, making sure that you don't overlap on the real client. I mean, normally a regrowth could be an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, or even half an inch. Half an inch, I have to be honest, is quite tricky because you've got less hair to play with, but like I said, you just need to be careful. And you just paint it on all the way down the back of the head. Nice neat sections. The neater it is, the easier it is to know exactly where you've been and where you need to go to next. Okay, then you go down from ear to ear. It's almost like a hot cross bun, is what it's known in the hairdressing trade. It's a hot cross bun because it basically is a cross. It starts off as a cross in the middle of the head. And you can use your other end of your piece section the hair, so you don't have to have lots of different equipment to use. Start getting combs out and brushes out, it starts to get quite fiddly. If you just get used to using the tint brush, then you'll be fine. Okay, and then you should have 4 sections. Where you start really doesn't matter, and then you just go into those sections, taking small amounts of hair, painting on the roots, starting from the top of it until you get to the bottom. Just working your way down. See if I can turn it so you can see what I mean. Can you see I'm just working my way down this section here. You see, I've got the section here, so we're just working down that. Make sure you don't take too thick a section, because you might miss a grey bit of hair or until you get to the bottom, and you work all the way through, and then go on to your next bit more of the hair back, going on to your next section, which is now this one here. And if you have got stubborn more colour, obviously you don't want to saturate the scalp, but sometimes, which means it's more sponge-like and it's likely to soak up the colour that you've applied more, so you might need to just make sure that you've got enough colour on the hair, because when you come to rinse off, you will find that, and that's the worst thing you want, especially if it's at the front. The whole point of coming in to have your hair done as a client is to get your roots done and go out, you know, with all your roots gone, not still having grey hairs. That will be one unhappy client. Okay. Okay, and then I'll go to the next one. So I've done two. Working from the front, go back. Keep working through until you've got colour there. Crossbar. If you do get it on the scalp, just be quick to get it off, especially on the dark colours. Anything from a 5 down can stain the scalp, so just get some cotton wool, warm water and emulsify it together to actually lift it out. If you get it on your clothes, then spray a bit of hairspray on the tinted area. This is only on tint, not bleach. Then it will actually stop it spreading and actually take it out when you wash it. Okay, so that's the root area done. So when you're happy with the roots, if you're just doing the roots, then obviously you're just going to leave it to take as per manufacturer's instructions, so 35 to 45 minutes, and then rinse off. Now I'm going to take it all the way through. I'm going to get a comb, and you just comb it all through first. Just make sure any colour in the root is worked down through to the ends. Be careful you're not hurting your client, because it can be quite painful. and then you just work a colour through the rest of the hair. And also just make sure you're getting it right the way through the ends. Don't bunch it together too much. And then just pull it out just to make sure you've got all of it covered. Make sure it's all through the ends, and then to take your clip and allow for the time as per the manufacturer's, and that's for a semi, which is a colour that's got no peroxide, and it's just a washing 6 washes colour. Your quasi, which lasts 4 washes. And then for your permanent tint, and permanent tint, it is permanent and it will grow out. Colours do fade, so you have to be aware of that, but permanent is permanent. Okay?